Okay guys, we're back in here. So I'm going to go over just a little bit of the history, because I don't think we're going to have as much time today to metal detect because the rain. It wasn't supposed to rain today. Honestly, I didn't even know it was going to rain till this morning when I got up and it was raining out. But as far as I knew, it was going to rain on Sunday, not Saturday. So basically where we're at is we're in basically the oldest town I've ever found in Central Ohio. It used to be an Indian village. So basically it was an Indian village, you know, like probably around 1774. Then they just chased the Indians off, and they chased the Indians off before they built the canal out here. So the canal, they started building it about 1820. And what I know about it is I've made other videos here, and I'll try to remember to put a link to my other videos. There's a lot more history about the place in there. But basically there was a guy named Lord Dunbar, and there used to be a fort about 7 miles from here. So him and his troops were at that fort, and they had a meeting here to basically get the Indians to leave. And I'm thinking it had something to do with like the Ohio River, like they were trying to push them on the other side, like into Kentucky is what they were trying to, I'm almost sure, or at least into West Virginia, maybe like into West Virginia. So they were trying to make them leave from here and push them towards West Virginia. Then I think in West Virginia, like on the other side of the Ohio River, I know there's like a park there. I'm not for sure. I'm pretty sure it's the same Indians. I'd have to go back because it's like stuff I read about a long time ago. And I think they massacred them all there. But basically Lord Dunbar and his troops were about 7 miles from here at an old fort that's not there no more. I was thinking about trying to research that too and maybe go there and check it out if I can get permission or whatever. But so basically if the treaty didn't work out, their job was to just come in here and kill all of them. I don't know how many Indians actually lived here, but it was a lot. I mean, this was like a village. Then after they chased them off, then the white man moved in. And I have a map that dates back to about 1850, and there really wasn't a lot here, but it boomed like in the late 1700s is when this town boomed. And there's another town down the road, it boomed too, about 1780. And I'm not for sure why it boomed. I mean, because basically this would have been before the canals. But I know for sure that the Indians called this used to be called Old Chillicothe. And a lot of people I've ran into, other treasure hunters, they're like, oh, we were at Old Chillicothe. I'm like, what do you mean you were at Old Chillicothe? Well, there's other places called the same. I mean, there's a town away from here that ended up becoming the capital, and it is called Chillicothe. Well, I think what it is, because I was researching it this morning, it's not that it was a name, you know, because back then they didn't have mailing and zip codes and shit, you know, so they basically, the Indians, what Chillicothe means is it's like their town, their primary town, the main town is where they live or whatever. And so I think it's basically called, it means principal town. So to me, I mean, I might be wrong, but I think that's just what they called their home, more or less, their village. You know, they called it Chillicothe. And I mean, yeah, that's how I look at it, because I've ran into several people that's told me they were in Old Chillicothe, and I know they weren't here. And this used to be called Old Chillicothe. So this was here before Chillicothe that ended up becoming the capital of Ohio. So that's the only thing I can think of. I mean, if you guys know more about it than I do, and you can correct me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, because I looked it up this morning. That's the only thing I can think of, because I've met people and they've said they weren't here. It's just that's what they would call Chillicothe, is what they would call their village, more or less, you know. And they didn't, you know, they could have been, it's just like if you go back into the like early 1800s, there was a lot of towns in all the states that were named after, had the same name. Then when they started running mail and zip codes and stuff, then they changed it and made them like change the name of the town, because there was 3 or 4 of them in the same state or whatever. But I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. So Chillicothe means primary town, like their main village is what it means. And I mean, even them saying that, hell, maybe they got it wrong, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's why I keep running into people that talk about other places called Old Chillicothe, but they weren't here. And actually, when I was driving in, like I said, it wasn't supposed to rain today, and I seen some guys in a field. Well, the field's plowed, and they didn't have metal detectors, they had shovels. And I think what they're doing is they're looking for Indian artifacts, because I mean, eventually maybe we'll find something. That's not like my thing, but I grew up with a lot of guys that did that, and that's what they would do. They go out in these fields after a rain, and they could find them. But they were literally digging. They were digging something. There was like 3 guys out there, and I'm pretty sure that's what they were looking for. So basically what we're going to do today is we're going to be metal detecting. And this, I mean, I just hope this spot's, I just think it's going to be a killer spot. I mean, it's going to be a lot of work because it's so much to go over. But they actually, if you look, they actually mowed a path through here, because this is basically a park. I mean, there's even, that's probably what I seen the last time I was there. Look at that. It looks like there's a giant rock right in the middle. See that big giant rock up there? It's like right in the middle of the path. I don't know how that got there. So basically, the canal's right there. So what this is this is where the horse would be pulling the barge down along the canal. And there's all kinds of stuff in here. I mean, I don't think that's that old. But like I said, I went back, that some guy said there used to be a parking lot back here, but I couldn't find any trace of that. I went on Google Earth and went back to like at least 84 or something like that, and I didn't see any trace of anything like that. But you can see this, there's this rock laying right in the middle of the path. This is actually where I parked over here. I said I wouldn't want to waste a lot of time. Well, you know how I am when I get to talking. But like I said, if you guys know some other information about why they called it Old Chillicothe, I mean, you guys, I mean, hopefully you guys don't know where I'm at, but if you do, I mean, just the name itself, Chillicothe. Look at this big rock just laying here in the middle. But look, there's like steps here. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of old stuff here. I mean, this place, like I said, this place dates back, and this is not even the main part. I'll start showing those maps when we get more into it, like when I get these permissions up here. And there's other stuff, like I said, a lot of this is public property, so I'm sure we'll have plenty of places to metal detect. Plus, I wanted to come back and go down the other side of the river in the kayak and check that town, try to look for that grist mill, because we didn't go all the way down. So hopefully we'll be able to do it this year, because I'm not going to be kayaking in the winter time when the water's freezing cold, because I mean, I always end up in the water. But you can see, I just wish I knew more about how much they've done back here, because that guy said there was a paved parking lot back here, but I couldn't find it. So, and I'm limited. I can't really go back. I got some real old books at the house, and I've been looking it up, but the town itself, I haven't been able to find it yet. So I'm going to look under the county and see. I got these like real old books that are like 150 years old. I mean, they're about to fall apart, but there's a lot of information in it. It's all about Ohio, and see if I can find out more information. And like I said, I'll put links down below to books and stuff like that if you guys want to go and learn more about it, the area basically, and the canal. But the canal ends right here, so you know, the canal ran all the way down along the river, so we're not even, I mean, all the way down, you know, another, you know, hundreds and hundreds of miles down the road. But this is where it ends. So then the rest of it's more or less farms and farmhouses and stuff like that. But we're going to try to get some of those permissions, and I think we're going to find some stuff. And even this has got a dip in it, but this is more or less was the canal. So down in here was part of the canal. So I'll get back to you guys as soon as we get the metal detecting. Okay guys, I'm on to a signal. It's kind of weird, all these bicycling people are out here. So I'm out in the middle of nowhere and all I hear is these voices, and it's all the people riding bike on down the road on a bicycle. But there's like a ton of them. I'm back here in the middle of the woods, and all of a sudden I keep hearing these voices. The reason I dug, there was a 1247. There it is. Look at there, man. Is that silver? I mean, it looks like silver, but it might not be. 2021 quarter. Ain't that unreal? I thought that was silver for sure. That was it for sure. Check and see if there's something else. Well, I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get onto another one. Okay, guys, I'm onto another one. So basically what I'm doing is that path I showed you guys, I'm just walking all the way down to the other end, and there's signals everywhere. I'm just digging the real decent signals. Then I'm gonna start gridding the whole path on the way back. Then I'll go as far as I can, and I'll mark it somehow. Then we'll just come back, but there's signals everywhere. I'm just digging the really good ones. So when I turn the camera on, these are the good, real good signals. Now, I mean, they can still be trash, but hopefully they're a coin. I don't see it. Huh. Looks like a bullet. The other was a shell that I found. It wasn't actually a bullet. It was a shell, like a rifle casing. This is a bullet. I mean, that's not that old, I wouldn't think so. I mean, I don't know how old it is, but maybe it is an old bullet, but look at it, it's like split. So basically that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk all the way down. I mean, we've done quite a bit of it, but I'm just walking a straight line down through the middle of it. And when I get a real good signal, I'm gonna stop and dig it. Then when I get out, because it looks like there's a sign here, so I figure that's private property. Then we'll just grid and go all the way down this path. I trying to hit like where those steps were. I hit around it, but there's actually a pipe. There's like a metal pipe drove down in the side of it, and the woods is too heavy. So, but like I said, we're gonna be coming here a lot, so I'll, you know, when winter gets here, I can get in the woods and we'll go down both sides of where those steps are, them old steps back there. I'm sure there's something back there, but I'll get back to you as soon as I get onto another one. Okay guys, we're onto a signal. But we're not down on the canal anymore. Oh, actually the canal runs back here too, but this is the first permission I got. So we were down by the canal, but I didn't really, I walked, you know, at least a mile and a half or so down through there. I found some coins, newer coins, but I didn't find anything old. So we're back on another day. Hopefully we don't get rained out. It looks like we got a bottle cap. But I just got here, and then the wind started kicking up. But I haven't dug anything. I dug like one penny, and that's it. But we're just getting started. And this is like extremely old. This is like at a historical spot that we're on. But I'm hoping to finish up this video here. Man, there's a lot of signals, but man, there's a lot of signals. So I'm really trying to cherry pick right now, because we got the other permission too. So we actually have 2 permissions so far, and we're in the 1774 Indian village. The house that's on this property, I didn't even look it up. I don't know how old it is. I don't think it's that old. But where I parked at, you can see the part of the old canal behind there. So I'm looking forward to winter getting here so we can go in those woods. Don't lose it. Maybe it's just some junk. Because I can feel the gravel in this. Maybe it's not gravel. It was weird because the other permission, I was talking to that lady over there in the back part of her property used to be a dump. So we're not, I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll probably go back in and just check it out. What's going on, huh? That's an old piece of glass there. Now the numbers change. I'm saying it. It's right here. Oh, I thought I'd seen a coin fall out. Come on. I mean, the numbers ain't coming in as a coin, so I don't know. But like I said, we're like extremely in an old spot. Is in here something? Look at here. Ah. Huh. I don't know. I mean, it could be like from a pocket watch. You know what I mean? I'm not positive. I mean, you can tell it's old. I mean, it could be from an old pocket watch. Be nice if I found the whole pocket watch. Something else. Let's check it again. I'm pretty sure that was it. It's weird finding it, but like I said, man, I'm so stoked. I'm hoping it's not because it's getting windy. I'm hoping it don't rain because we're definitely going to be finding stuff in this area. I wish I would have got permission to that field. I mean, there's soybeans in it right now, but when I left here, last time I was down here when I started the video, those guys that were down there were picking some kind of weeds around dandelions. I stopped down there to see if they were digging for Indian artifacts, but they were digging by hand weeds around dandelions for some reason. I don't know. My mom said they make dandelion wine, so I thought that was unheard of because it's a field. It ain't like a little garden. But I'll get back to you guys as soon as we get on another one. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do another one. But this signal here, it's coming in. It's coming in, it's kind of like, it sounds like a nickel or something. But so far all I found is that 1 penny, but I haven't been here very long, guys. I'm just rushing around because I got a feeling it's gonna rain. I looked at the weather. It wasn't supposed to rain till 2 o'clock, but I'm like 40 minutes from my house. And they just had that hurricane that hit down in Florida, and I guess we're supposed to get some of that stuff here today sometime. I'm getting a lot of signals. I dug a couple of them. There's like sheets of metal down in the ground. And the ground's really hard down here for some reason. Maybe it's a piece of jewelry. You see it? It looked like silver. As soon as I seen it, I was like, holy shit, we got silver. But I don't know what it is. Nah, it looks like a pull tab. Man, doesn't that suck? It was sticking out like that. I thought maybe it was, I didn't think it was a silver coin. I thought it was like a piece of jewelry. Well, that was it, guys. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get on something else. Okay, guys, I'm up by this tree and I finally found something that's kind of cool. But it looks like it's a sign tourist. But it's some kind of button or something. I don't know if it's silver or not, but it's pretty cool looking. Look at it. But I'm over here by this tree because I'm really not having that good of luck out there. So I'm basically up by the house now is what I'm doing. So hopefully we can come across some old coins. So I'll get back to you guys as soon as I come on to something else. Okay, guys, I'm up here by that old tree up here, and I finally got a coin. I mean, to me it looks old, but I can't tell because I mean it's just so corroded. Nah, I guess it ain't. It's a quarter. Man, I thought it was gonna be, I didn't want to wipe it off. I figured it was gonna be something good. Because the way, as dirty as it is, look at it. I thought it was gonna be an old coin. Found a corner. Well, I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get on something else. Okay, guys, I came down here to do the wrap up. The reason was, I mean, that girl's dog down there, I think it wanted to eat me. And the other reason is, when in our last video, when we were in the river and we came across that train where the train used to be, this is the thing talking about it. So it was the Cincinnati-Muskingum Valley Railroad that was built in 1866. So I don't know if you can see down in here. Well, this is part of the canal here. So the bridge must have went across here. Then I'd say over there is where those pillars are. Okay, guys, I just stopped down here so you guys could tell where we're at. So where I was at was right here is the canal. And we were parked right here. Then you go down, then these are the pillars for the old bridge for the train. Then you can tell, I mean, basically that train would have ran all the way up through here. But this was built in 1866. But if you go watch my last video, we paddled right through here. Yeah, it's pretty cool though, isn't it? I mean, I can almost see one. I mean, you can see it right here. So this is one bridge. This would have went over the canal, then that one over there is the other bridge. That's the bridge going over the Scioto. It's kind of weird when I was coming down here, most of this canal is dried up. It's just weird that it's still here. Behind that house we were working on, the canal's back there too, but it's completely dry and blocked off, like someone dammed it up. But there was a little kid down there, he said that he seen it where there was water in there. Then this is actually part of a little park too. They have some picnic tables and stuff over here. But that's what we found. Really didn't have any luck. I mean, we went down the canal for a little while last weekend, and I just dug some trash, a couple of quarters and stuff. Then we went to that permission, and I didn't have any luck there. I'm not even for sure if this is even for an old pocket watch. I don't know what it is. I mean, it could be almost anything. Then we found a couple bullets, a shell. So basically the coolest thing we found was this little thing here with this Taurus on it. I think it's aluminum, so it can't be too old. But like I said, in that property we got that permission for, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of crap in the ground, because my detector kept going ape shit. And when I get signals, sometimes I dig down and I could find like metal that was down in the ground. It looked like old siding or something. I mean, I couldn't dig it out because it was just big sheets of it. So I'd say that's what they did, is there was a bunch of crap there, and then they just filled it up with dirt, and then they put that house on it, and then they rented that house out. but there's no way for me to find out. Like the other permission that we'll be doing next weekend, it's right beside the graveyard, so hopefully we'll have luck there. I think the reason I had so much good luck in that cornfield is because they plow it, and we ain't gonna be able to do the cornfield. So I got a permission for right beside the graveyard. It's a pretty good sized lot, so next weekend we'll start on it. Hopefully we can just do it in one day, because most of these permissions, that's what it is. Even down there, you know, I just got permission for the day. I didn't get like I could come back anytime I want it. So we'll do that next permission. Then I'm gonna try to get in. I gotta work tomorrow, but I'm hoping next week I don't have to work both days, and I can get back in the Scioto and we can go down the other side in the kayak. Then I'll start working on the permissions. That's why I'm headed down this way too, is that town's down here. I'm gonna get on my app and try to locate the people to get those permissions. And those are cornfields, and there used to be a gristmill back there somewhere. So, and like I said, I think when we get in the river, I'll be able to find where the water went into the gristmill, I'm hoping. So, because I actually don't know. I mean, I have an old map that shows it, but I can't find it today. I don't know exactly where it's at. I just know it's right beside that town. It's right real close to the town, and it's not the Darby Creek runs into the Scioto, but it wasn't off the Darby Creek. It was like a canal that they built. It might have had something to do with this Erie Canal. You know what I mean? I'm not for sure. Maybe they just dug it off the Erie Canal and used that same water to run the mill, as far as I know. But I know it was old. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We didn't have any luck, but I mean, I think we will. I'm gonna keep coming here. I mean, I think in the wintertime on the canal, when all the weeds are down and I can get down in there, like where those steps are, I think maybe there's stuff down in there. If not, this is just how it works. You know, you just hunt, hoping you come across some stuff. So maybe next weekend we'll hit some stuff in that other permission. But I know the other permission, the lady told me the back part of it was a dump. But that whole section might have been a dump. The only reason the cornfield wasn't affected because they were planting corn in it. So for all I know, that whole side was a dump. But I just don't know. I mean, I'll try to do more research, but I've researched it a lot, and I haven't really found anything. I don't know anything about it other than the old history of it. So I don't know what was there, you know, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. I know what was there 200 years ago. And that lot that we just did, there used to be a house sitting there. But I mean, I'm positive it's just filled with stuff, because that metal detector was going crazy, and that's not normal for it unless there's a lot of crap in the ground. So it was almost impossible to metal detect it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.